That must suck, having 19 brilliant albums, and for some reason every time someone hears the name of your band, they think of I get knocked down, but I get up again, yeah. That's stupid. God damn it, tub thumping was the least of it. Hello everyone, and welcome back to That Was the Least of It, the show where bands with entire wide discographies no longer rot as one-hit wonders. Let's discuss this song, shall we? Tub thumping is British slang for political campaigning, and the song was specifically designed to be an empowering anthem for the sidelined working class. Virgin stores started selling the album from behind the counter after vocalist Alice Nutter told a talk show host that fans who couldn't afford the album should steal it from chain stores. Punk as hell, am I right? Let's continue. Chumbawamba formed in Burnley in 1982 with an initial lineup of Alan Bothwally, Danbert Nabakan, born Nigel Hunter, Midge, and Tommy, all four of them previously members of the band Chimp Eats Banana, shortly afterwards joined by Lou Watts. The band made their live debut in January 1982. Their first vinyl release was a track called 3 Years Later, on the Crass Records compilation album Bullshit Detector 2. They were initially inspired musically by bands as diverse as The Fall, Pill, Wire, and Adam and the Ants, and politically by the anarchist stance of Crass, an English art collective and punk rock band formed in 1977. Now, the big issue is that Tub Thumping was actually one of Chumbawamba's weakest songs in my opinion. Quite frankly, it pales in comparison to some of the other songs on the same album. It relies purely on being formulaic, repetitive, and accessible. Thus why it did so well in the States, I assume. There's no real message other than don't give up on protesting, which that's not the best song ever written about that, and in fact, it's not even Chumbawamba's best song ever written about that. So, like within their catalog of songs, there's amazing stuff. Tub Thumper, the 8th studio album recorded by Chumbawamba, had so many good tracks on it. Amnesia, The Big Issue, The Good Ship Lifestyle, and Outsider are among my favorites. First hearing this album upon its release in September 1997, I must have been like, fuck, I was 6! But aside from nostalgia, I can listen to their albums and hear just how incredibly timeless and wonderful their protest pop albums were. Seriously, how uniformly fucked must politics be around the globe that something written in one country about politics can resonate so well with the continuing political state of mind from people in another country for 21 years and counting? Think about that. Their first full album was Pictures of Starving Children Sell Records. One of the punchiest tracks on this album is Unilever. Unilever is a British-Dutch transnational consumer goods company co-headquartered in London, United Kingdom, and Rotterdam, Netherlands. Chumbawamba slammed their unethical practices like a face to pavement. The album Anarchy was a very good one as well. There's a song bashing the idiocy of homophobia. The single, Enough Is Enough, which also found its way into this album, is a powerful anti-fascist track that, like most of their work, screamed for some political sanity. It featured Credit to the Nation, an English hip-hop group who had chart success in the 1990s and are best known for their Nirvana sampling single, Call It What You Want. It's a fantastic song. In July 2000, the band gave away a one-track CD of a remix of this song, featuring new topical lyrics called Enough Is Enough, Kick It Over, at their shows in Australia. This was following the formation of a coalition government including FPO, a party led by now-deceased Australian politician and Nazi apologist Jorg Hader. Hater's gonna hate, am I right? Who later that year stepped down from direct control of the party due to international pressures. I'll probably be blasting this track at the next protest I attend.
The words get tired when you hear them every day. The Nazis changed, but they never went away.
I can put this in perspective, okay? You know how sometimes big corporations have bands come together to sing some boring old tune to promote positivity or kindness in the world? Imagine instead a band taking it upon themselves to re-record a song that was partially their own already, and basically fueling themselves without corporate backing to spread the message of political corruption and to shame its horrific acts of bigotry in all of its forms. Which message do you feel is more important? Please comment down below. So while none of these fuckers ever made me want to hold a stranger's hand or walk them across the street, here's like a genuine message that genuinely makes me want to take action. You hear this and you just want to hit the streets and fuck shit up. Now I like political music from nearly all genres for the most part, but there are some albums like, say, Year Zero by 9 Inch Nails and Spirit by Depeche Mode. These felt watered down to me personally. As for my expectations as a fan of these artists, they felt rushed, not to their best abilities, and generally have a feeling that dates them to the time of the events that they're pissed about. Like, I thought they were good, and like a few months later I was like, wow, this actually reeks of a very specific time and isn't all that well composed. It feels like it's just profiteering off of the general mind state of the masses instead of saying something interesting. So yeah, as always, I really don't want to ramble too much, but I really highly recommend that you give the rest of Chumbawamba's discography a listen, and I really think that you'll love it. It's not common you'll find a band that takes action for what they believe in and the message they sing about, and much less often will you find a band that goes to the lengths that these musicians do to make their point heard and make an actual difference in the world. Music has power. It's a strong force that helps push us forward in one way or another, if we use it right. But setting that example themselves is just part of what makes this band so incredible to me. Dig deep in those crates and hear the rest of their stuff. So hey, if you found this video informative, go ahead, go down there and click that like button, and then go ahead and hit subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I'm working on so many more, but for now anyway, I am Brianna, and that was the least of it.